So Kobe Bryant's wife, Vanessa, is pregnant with another man's child. So technically she is obviously a widow to him because he sadly lost his life with their daughter in a helicopter crash like 5 or 6 years ago. But she's now moved on and is having a child with another man.
And if you get Vanessa Bryant pregnant, you become the Black Mamba, okay? You recover the mantle. It's like the Green Lantern ring. Like all the magic, all the work ethic, the mentality, it's all in there. Where else would he leave?
There's a lot of people that's up in arms about the news that Vanessa Bryant is pregnant. I definitely need to stay out of straight folks' business because was she supposed to stay single forever? Is that what we're doing? She was supposed to stay single forever.
My honor to introduce my dear friend Pau tonight. Pau was special to Kobe as a teammate, as a man, and as a friend.
The internet is going wild claiming Vanessa Bryant is pregnant with twins. And not just that, they're saying she finally replaced Kobe. The whispers couldn't have come at a worse time because instead of the world celebrating her daughter Natalia's huge accomplishment, graduating from USC with honors, all eyes got snatched away by messy baby rumors. What should have been Natalia's shining moment turned into chaos, buried under gossip, Instagram theories, and brutal disrespect. Screenshots started spreading like wildfire. Angles were being dissected, TikToks claiming soft launches went viral, and then the so-called insiders jumped in, pushing tales about twins, secret baby daddies, and betrayal. And just like that, Vanessa's silence wasn't peace. It was labeled as guilt, flipping into a full-blown scandal. Natalia got caught in the middle, her big day hijacked by the internet's obsession with her mom's personal life. Fans weren't just asking, is she pregnant? They dragged Kobe's name into it, twisting his legacy and making reckless claims about who Vanessa's been linked to. People online are naming names left and right. From NBA legends to Hollywood friends, no one was safe from the finger pointing. The gossip hit brutal levels. And Natalia? She had to stand there watching her proudest moment crumble in real time, not because of anything she did wrong, but because the internet refused to let her have her spotlight. And let's be clear, Natalia Bryant didn't just graduate, she conquered. She crossed one of the biggest milestones of her life with honors, proving herself against all odds. This wasn't just a degree, it was survival. She pushed through college while grieving her father, mourning her baby sister, and still carried her family's name like a warrior. When she walked that stage, she didn't just walk it, she owned it, head high like a true champ. For a brief moment, it looked like the world was finally rooting for Natalia. The internet was showing her love. Celebrities dropped in with congrats, and even Taylor Swift sent thoughtful gifts to the Bryant family that it felt like the Bryants were finally catching a break. Natalia's graduation had all the makings of a fairy tale ending until the whispers crept in. Not even a week later, everything flipped upside down and suddenly no one cared about the diploma. They were too busy staring at Vanessa Bryant's stomach. That's when the rumor machine exploded. Vanessa is pregnant! The second that hit the timeline, it was chaos. Reactions came flying in. The narrative flipped faster than a switch, and people went from celebrating Natalia's honor to asking wild questions about Vanessa's personal life.
Vanessa Bryant pregnant? I ain't want to be in my business, but what the fuck?
You telling me Kobe Bryant's ex-wife, is pregnant with somebody else's baby?
What the bomber clot?
You nah, be serious. You can't be.
The gossip wasn't lighthearted either. It was messy, brutal, and everywhere. Headlines started reading more like tabloid drama than news. Who's Vanessa with now? Twins? Replace Kobe? The speculation spiraled so hard that Natalia's big accomplishment was shoved to the sidelines. Imagine being 21, carrying the weight of your father's tragic loss, mourning your baby sister, and finally achieving something incredible, only to have the world drag you into a circus about your mom's private business. It was cruel, and it made Natalia look like she had no space to even breathe. People online didn't stop at talking. They turned into detectives. They were zooming in on photos, circling her waistline, slowing down videos frame by frame, desperate to prove there was a bump. TikToks popped up with arrows pointing at evidence. Instagram Reels claimed she was hiding something, and timelines were flooded with wild theories. Instead of celebrating her daughter's success, Vanessa's silence was twisted into scandal, and Natalia got dragged into the middle of yet another storm she never asked for. The internet turned into CSI Vanessa Bryant edition overnight, and the memes, they came in hot. One of the wildest jokes floating around had fans screaming,
If you get Vanessa Bryant pregnant, you become the Black Mamba, okay? You recover the mantle. It's like the Green Lantern ring. Like all the magic, all the work ethic, the mentality, it's all in there. Where else would he leave?
The shade was heavy, the laughs were loud, but here's the thing. Vanessa hasn't said a word about dating anybody. No soft launch selfies, no mystery man spotted at brunch, not even a sneaky flirty emoji in the comments. Still, the internet swore it had cracked the ultimate code like some kind of scandal detectives. So what did Vanessa do? She fired back, and she did it her way. She hopped on Instagram and dropped not one, but two savage memes that said everything without saying much at all. The first, a picture of Rihanna in goggles, flipping the bird with the caption, "Me protecting my peace, not pregnant and having fun all summer." The second, "I'm not mean, I'm just not the one." Short, sharp, classic Vanessa energy. But instead of shutting people up, her clapback only fanned the flames. Comment sections turned into battle zones. Some fans swore she was just guarding her privacy, while others flat out accused her of lying. One user even wrote, "According to statistics, she waited much longer than most men would. Let that woman live, it's nobody's business." Another one got bold, saying, "Not a fan of her or Kobe, but she's not cheating. She's a widow. Black men are just mad because she got the bag and is allowed to move on with her non-black life." The takes were getting messy, and the backlash hit new levels of ugly. And here's where it cut the deepest. This wasn't just about Vanessa anymore. The rumors crashed right into her daughters, especially Natalia. Imagine being told the world thinks your mom is replacing your dad. That's not just disrespect, that's pain on another level. But the scandal wasn't done yet, because the whispers about who the supposed baby daddy might be, that's when things went from messy gossip to viral chaos. When talk of a possible pregnancy hit, people weren't just asking if it was true. They wanted names. The burning question was simple. Who could ever replace Kobe Bryant? And the internet wasted no time lining up suspects. First up, Rob Pelinka. If you know basketball, you know Rob. He was Kobe's longtime agent, one of the closest family friends, and the man who even helped Kobe lock down some of his biggest business moves off the court. Their bond goes way back, and naturally, the internet jumped on it. A TikTok even went viral dissecting a photo of Vanessa and Rob, sparking whispers about their relationship.
Vanessa Bryant and Rob Pelinka picture goes viral, and a lot of people are speculating about if Rob Pelinka and Vanessa Bryant are, know what I mean? Rob Pelinka, you thought you got away with it, but you ain't get away with it.
But the real fuel? A birthday post. Vanessa kept it sweet. Just a few pictures and a kind caption wishing Rob well. But in internet land, that's all it takes to start a wildfire. Suddenly, people were convinced there had to be more to the story. The only catch? Rob Pelinka is very much married. Not secretly, but openly, with a whole family. The friendship is real, the history is deep, but there's never been anything romantic confirmed. Still, that didn't stop the rumor mill from bubbling like crazy. Then came the name that had the blogs in a chokehold, Pau Gasol. And honestly, you can't even blame people for side-eyeing this one. Ever since Kobe's passing, Pau hasn't just shown up once. He's been there consistently. Family dinners, flowers on special anniversaries, constant check-ins. Pau has been present. And when Vanessa introduced him at Kobe's jersey retirement ceremony, fans swore they felt a little extra warmth in that moment.
My honor to introduce my dear friend Pau tonight. Pau was special to Kobe as a teammate, as a man, and as a...
But the moment that really sent the internet into overdrive, Valentine's Day. Pau sent Vanessa a bouquet of white roses. Not red, but still, it was Valentine's Day. And that had people asking, what kind of friend sends flowers to a widow on that day? The timing, the symbolism, the gesture, the whispers only got louder, and the internet swore something more had to be brewing.
Pau Gasol surprises Vanessa Bryant with some beautiful white roses, and everybody think it's just okay because, they're just friends. There's nothing going on.
No. It wasn't just, is Vanessa pregnant anymore? The streets flipped it to, who got her pregnant? And the way folks were asking wasn't innocent curiosity. It was like some twisted contest, a scoreboard where every man was being stacked against Kobe Bryant himself. That's when things turned dark because this wasn't just about Vanessa's personal life anymore. The ripple hit her daughter too. To really get why this rumor hit so heavy, especially in Los Angeles, you gotta understand who Kobe was to that city. One Reddit user said it straight. Kobe is a deity in LA. The guy is a legit religion in LA. And they weren't lying. No other sports figure even comes close to the worship Kobe gets in that town. Not Jeter in New York, not LeBron in Cleveland, not Curry in the Bay, not Brady in Boston, not even Jordan in Chicago. In LA, Kobe isn't just remembered, he's immortalized. So now, 5 years after his passing, the very idea that Vanessa might be pregnant has some fans, especially the hardcore Kobe faithful, feeling like it's a personal betrayal. And that's wild when you take a step back because let's be real. Vanessa never asked for any of this. She wasn't out here chasing cameras. She wasn't clout hunting. She was Kobe's wife, the mother of his kids. And overnight, she became a widow carrying the weight of his entire legacy. But the entitlement is crazy. Some fans, mostly men, are acting like Vanessa owes them her grief. Like her healing has to look a certain way, frozen in time, because they can't let go of their idol. People online are literally saying she should never date again, that her role now is to die a legend's widow, locked in that perfect fairy tale image forever. Wait, what? So she's supposed to raise her kids alone, cry in silence, and never even think about love again? Just to keep up their fantasy? That's not only unfair, it's scary. And the ugliest part? That same toxic energy slides right onto Natalia. If people think Vanessa disrespected Kobe's memory by moving on, then Natalia gets dragged too, as if she's responsible for protecting her father's ghost instead of living her own life. And now guess who the internet expects to carry the torch? Natalia. Suddenly, her every move, what she wears, who she dates, how she talks, is being judged under the heavy Kobe legacy microscope. She hasn't said one word publicly, not a single statement, and yet people keep projecting their own meaning onto her silence like it's gospel. But before anyone dares to preach that Vanessa owes it to Kobe to stay single forever, let's talk about the real story behind their marriage. Because it wasn't some picture-perfect Disney fairy tale. It was messy, emotional, and very, very public. Kobe met Vanessa when she was just 17, still in high school, working as a background girl on a music video set. He was 21, already an NBA rising star, and the second he laid eyes on her, he was hooked. They got engaged fast, and within a year, they were married. But that whirlwind love story didn't come without drama. In fact, it came with a lot of noise. Fast forward to 2003, and Kobe was accused of assaulting a 19-year-old hotel worker. The case got dropped, but not before he publicly admitted to cheating on Vanessa, and even admitted that the woman didn't see the encounter as consensual.
Thing that you did write about in the book, and that has been highlighted, is case. Mm-hmm. And you had made a TikTok on it saying, basically, you know, if you read the details of the investigation and of the allegations, a lot of it is tied to Kobe and his personality, and there's some awkwardness in there. Can you explain some of that and kind of what you found out from reading that investigation?
Yeah, well, I actually went to Eagle, Colorado, where it took place, and spoke with a lot of people. And it's interesting. Like, do I think Kobe raped this woman? Yes. Do I think Kobe thought he was raping this woman? No. And I know that sounds like a cop-out answer, but I don't mean it that way.
That was one of the lowest, darkest points in his entire career. And the whole world watched it unfold. And Vanessa, she didn't run to interviews, she didn't cry on TV, she didn't drag his name through the mud, she stayed quiet and stood by him. Kobe apologized publicly, broke down in tears, and tried to make it right, not just with words, but with a $4 million apology ring. Yes, $4 million on one rock. So no, this marriage was never some dreamy fairy tale. It was complicated, it was raw, it was human. And through all of it, Vanessa carried him. She protected his image when he couldn't even protect her. No tell-alls, no messy exposés, no public scandals from her side. She held it down. So when people online start screaming that she should never love again out of respect, what are they really saying? Because the truth is, Vanessa already gave Kobe more grace than most women on this planet ever would. One commenter said it plain, Kobe cheated on her before, let her move on. She stayed down before and after the drama. And that's the truth. Vanessa didn't stay for the spotlight or the money. She stayed for her family, for her girls, for the future they were trying to build. Through every heartbreak, every headline, and every rumor, one thing's been crystal clear. Vanessa and her daughters are not standing alone. Because while the internet is busy debating whether she has the right to move on, the people who actually know her have been holding her down every step of the way. And this is where the idea of found family comes in. Not everyone who protects you has to share your blood. Sometimes it's the ones who show up when the cameras aren't rolling that matter the most. And one of those people? Shaquille O'Neal. He's been there in ways that go beyond public appearances, showing support when it mattered the most. And of course,
got Natalia and those two little babies?
Always. Oh, listen, babies, they don't call me Uncle Shaq for a reason. You call me up, you find me, I'm not hard to find, I'll do whatever y'all need.
Pau Gasol, yeah, his name got tossed around heavy in the baby daddy gossip. But let's be real. What he's done for the Bryant family goes way deeper than rumors. Pau didn't just show up once to get photographed. He's been consistent. Family dinners, holidays, quiet check-ins, sending flowers on important dates. Pau's been there time and time again. And when he and his wife welcomed their daughter, he honored Gigi's memory in the most personal, heartfelt way possible by making her part of his own family story.
Writing, our little one has finally arrived, Elizabeth Gianna Gasol, a very meaningful name for our super beautiful daughter, #GirlDad. And if that wasn't enough, they also asked Vanessa Bryant to be Elizabeth's godmother, an honor that she happily accepted. Vanessa writing, my goddaughter is here. Congratulations, Pau and Kat. Love you three so much. So touched by your request to honor.
Watch this. Moments like that show what really matters. Forget the gossip, forget the blogs, forget the online detectives. This is about loyalty, love, and the people who don't disappear when the world turns cold. Through lawsuits, losses, and nonstop judgment, Vanessa, Natalia, Bianca, and Capri have built a circle that's solid as steel. And whether Vanessa is pregnant or not, that circle is what keeps them standing strong when the internet tries to tear them down. But here's the thing. No matter how strong that circle around Vanessa is, the internet isn't letting up. The baby rumor has taken on a life of its own. And it's not just whispers anymore. It's full-blown think pieces, Twitter threads, TikTok breakdowns, and YouTube exposés trying to solve a mystery that might not even exist. People aren't just asking if she's pregnant. They're turning it into a storyline. Like Vanessa's life is some reality show they get to script. And the wildest part, folks are dragging Kobe's legacy into it every single time. Instead of honoring what he built, some are acting like Vanessa's healing somehow erases his memory. One viral post even said, if she really loved Kobe, she'd never let another man in her life. Like, what? Since when does love mean freezing yourself in the past forever? That's not loyalty. That's a life sentence. But the cruelest twist is how it all falls back on Natalia. She's just 21, finally stepping into her own spotlight. And instead of celebrating her grind, her achievements, her name, people are reducing her to the daughter of a scandal they created. Every time her mom trends, Natalia gets pulled into it, and that pressure is insane. She didn't ask for this, but she's being forced to carry it anyway. And let's not forget, Vanessa has never once confirmed anything. No press conference, no interview, not even a slip on Instagram Live. Just memes, silence, and moving forward with her daughters. Yet the more she stays quiet, the louder the noise gets. It's like the internet doesn't know how to respect boundaries unless someone gives them a headline to chew on. So the question becomes, how much of this is really about Vanessa and how much is about the world not being able to let go of Kobe? Because every rumor, every headline, every baby daddy theory feels less like curiosity and more like projection. People aren't just looking for answers, they're trying to control her story like she doesn't have the right to write her own chapter. The world is reminding Vanessa and Natalia once again that grief, legacy, and fame don't come with mercy. The second this family tries to breathe, someone is right there trying to choke them with the past. And if the cost of healing is constant public backlash, what happens when they finally stop asking for permission to live? Because let's be real, the Bryant women already survived the unthinkable. They lost a husband, a father, a daughter, and a sister in the most tragic way possible. And yet they're still standing. So, what happens when survival isn't enough anymore? What happens when they decide they deserve joy again? Laughter, love, and a future that isn't defined by pain. That's the part people don't want to face because it means letting Vanessa and her daughters be human instead of holding them hostage to Kobe's memory. And maybe that's the real scandal here. Not whether she's pregnant, not who she's dating, but the fact that so many can't handle seeing her move forward at all. The internet can gossip all day, but at the end of it, this family owes nothing to anyone but themselves. Now I gotta hear from you. What do you think? Should Vanessa even have to explain herself to the public, or has she earned the right to live however she wants without the world trying to police her healing? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss the latest tea. I'll see you in the next one. And trust me, you'll want to stick around because the next video popping up on your screen has even more jaw-dropping celebrity drama that you do not want to miss.